How about them Cowboys?
Dude, the NFC East, bro. 3 teams going on to the divisional round right now. Welcome back, Tiger Hawk sports fans, to another Tiger Hawk sports podcast. I'm Noah White, alongside my partner.
I'm Chris Galeazzi.
And how about them Cowboys and NFC East running the show, and the Giants running the show, and then the Giants-Eagles matchup. Lost twice in the season, but the Giants come with vengeance right now.
They are.
So, came close. Before we get into it, I know you got some updates on what's going on for us, Chris.
So, we've been trying to be more consistent. Obviously, it's a little tough. Both working, both going to school, finishing up school this year. So, next year, definitely going to try and be more consistent recording. I'm going to try and get real microphones, look more professional doing the podcast. And next year, hopefully, we're going to go to a game, try and get you more content from that actual game. Because, as you know, we're trying to go to all the NFL stadiums that they play a game in. So,
and if you're ever at that game, want to shoot us out, shoot us a text, shoot us a message, want to let you know. Happy to meet up with our fans and talk to them and communicate as well.
absolutely.
But let's just talk about the NFC East. I don't want to talk about broadness factor. I want to talk about the NFC East going into the regular season. With your expectations thinking you have 3 teams in the division right now?
Absolutely not.
Would you have think that the Eagles and the Cowboys would be look like the most 2 dominant offense in the division?
Let me just say this. When we first talked about the Giants this year, I gave all the credit in the world to the ownership and the job they did with Dable and Kafka and Schoen and all those guys.
I don't want to hear this. Oh, this is gonna make my.
That's all the glory they'll get is from it.
I'll take that.
But you, like I said, you're running into a problem now. You got to pay Saquon, you got to pay Dexter Lawrence, you got to pay Daniel Jones, and it's a lot. Those are big guys.
I think. See, the way I see it, I think it is right. I am happy of the way our offense, by the way, our offseason went with Joe Sheen coming in, Brian Dable coming in, Kafka coming in, Winkendale coming in and doing their thing, that I am confident enough that they'll find ways to re-sign Barkley. If they think Daniel Jones is the solution for now, did I think he had an amazing game? I think he did. Done with 300 yards, almost rushing a touchdown, but a penalty called on him, winning a away game after having won in 6 years. For the Giants, who, quite frankly, don't have a true number 1 receiver. Isaiah Hodgins, they picked up on waiver claim, they're number 1. Do I think he's the future still? I'm hesitant to say he is, but I think he's proven that he could be. So I think they were signed to make the right decision there.
I think.
But not with the offseason. I want to talk about the playoffs. Giants came in, and everyone was riding on the Giants. Very few people said the Vikings have it. Giants played the Vikings in the regular season. It was a battle to get down the end of the game. Vikings won on a last-second field goal. That taste in the Giants' mouth just got bitter and sour. They knew they needed to do something. What did they do? They went down to Minnesota and took care of business. Not just by stopping the defense. The defense didn't look that good at the start of the game. The offense showed up. Daniel Jones showed up. Escaping when he's under pressure, making opportunities for himself, not sitting in the pocket. He did it all. He made it happen for the Giants. So I saw that's what everyone else did. If you didn't see that, you're freaking eye checking. Daniel Jones did it.
That's where, not to discredit Daniel Jones in any sort of way. I mean, I think he's proved enough this year to where he's earned that second contract. The second contract. Is he a franchise QB yet? No, yes, absolutely not.
I completely agree with that.
Absolutely not. That's where the playoffs come in now. You show that you can play in the playoffs. Daniel Jones obviously proved that in his first playoff game. He proved that he can win. But there's unsung heroes that won you that playoff game. The interior offensive line, which was your problem all year. I mean, you weren't going up against anybody that was any special on the Vikings, to be honest. But
you don't win by a single player. I agree with that. You win by a team.
And the unsung heroes in that game were Adoree Jackson coming back from injury.
Huge.
Shutting down Justin Jefferson after the first drive.
Huge. And it definitely helps when you have those pieces on your team that can come back from being out for 6 weeks and being a big factor.
And you know what?
So.
You know what helps? Not turning the ball over. And Daniel Jones has done that. Not turning the ball over. When he doesn't do that, he's just good as every quarterback.
It's because he's learned the system of Dable and Calhoun to be smarter. He learned how to step up in the pocket, learn how to throw the ball away, learn how to do certain things that he didn't have the skill set before. So I think with that skill set, he's definitely maturing to be a QB that can take it to the next level. Which he showed in the Viking game.
You know what every Super Bowl team has? It's not good players. It's not. It's a team. It's a team game. You look at the sidelines. You see how fired up Daniel Jones gets, or Brian Dable and Saquon Barkley get. The leadership from those two. We have 3 seconds. Alex retarded. You're all the way at the camera like this.
Well, all right, so it's just say, let's talk. What we're talking about again. I was cut it off. Just talk about say about Dable and Barkley fired up. In 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
When you look at a Super Bowl team, it's not a single player or performance that's going to win you those playoff games. It's a team. You look at Brian Dable and the Saquon Barkley, the leadership that they brought and the energy they brought to that sideline. They're going in the locker room, dancing, having fun. Dable's going into the tunnel after a game, all fired up. That's what you need to win Super Bowl. You need to be able to bring the team together to buy in. You look at
when you come down to playoff time. I agree about the chemistry, but having that bond with your team.
Look at the Chiefs. Andy Reid always is able to get these guys to buy in. He gets Mahomes to buy in. Dable's been able to get a little different, but yes, I agree. He is, but Dable's got Daniel Jones to buy in. Look at Salah. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a special quarterback at all. He's not. But Robert Saleh, with that defense a couple of years ago, got them to the Super Bowl because he was fired up. He got his guys on defense to buy in. And that's what Kyle Shanahan's doing with the run game. He's gotten all these pieces, and now he's getting guys to buy in to Brock Purdy. He's getting guys to buy into the defense that they have.
Very interesting way to change that. I definitely agree with your points. But now that you kind of brought up probably the unsung hero since 6 weeks ago.
Brock Purdy's a fluke, if that's real.
The unsung hero since 6 weeks ago. Who with Mr. Logan coming in and
he's a fluke.
And playing the way he has. I'm not here the one to say Brock Purdy is the next big QB because he's not. I think he's right in that system for the QBs. But came in and won 6 games in a row, won the first playoff game. Obviously playing the Seahawks division rival was nothing special, but it still was a win for them. It's now going to be 49ers, Cowboys, a matchup that the Cowboys lost last year on just unwell coach play by Dak. By the way, with Dak Prescott on the ball.
So, what's your thoughts on Brock Purdy? Simple as that.
I think Brock Purdy just was a QB. I think he was able to be successful because he was put in the right system and have playmakers. I mean, you have CMC, you have Deebo Samuel, you have Kyle Juszczyk, you have George Kittle, if I didn't say him already, you have Brandon Ayuk.
Let me just put this out.
You have all these players, and you have a decent line with one of the best left tackles in the game.
Let me just put this out there. Brock Purdy has now played 7 games as the 49ers. 7 with the playoff
6.
Game. 7 with the playoff game.
He played 7, but he started 6, yes.
Yeah, started 6 games. Okay. He's played the Miami Dolphins in his first game when he came in for Jimmy Garoppolo, won 33-17. That was a game without Tua. That was the game Tua went down with the concussion again, Skylar Thompson. Then they went and played the Buccaneers, won 35-7. That was the game everyone's like, holy shit, is Brock Purdy legit? As we saw last night, Buccaneers aren't much. Seahawks got off to a hot start. They're not anything special.
No, not a great team. I agree with that.
Washington Commanders.
I think the defense is definitely better than all 3 of those teams.
Okay.
But yet again, not a great team.
Washington Commanders.
Not a great team. Not a power team.
Raiders with Jarrett Stidham in his first start.
Obviously not a great
team. Not a great team.
He was consistent.
Last week of the season, Cardinals.
Yeah, not a great team or injured.
Seahawks again in the playoffs.
I think playoffs are a little different, but I still see what you're saying. I agree. I'm not saying, but for what he's accomplished, unsung hero, to come in the system and win as being a guy that no one looked at.
Let me put this out there. He beat Skylar Thompson, Tom Brady. I'll give him. So that's one. I'll give him Tom Brady.
Jarrett Stidham
Geno Smith
twice.
Taylor Heineke / Carson Wentz, because that was the game that they went to Carson Wentz. Jarrett Stidham and David Blau. He hasn't beaten anybody. He hasn't outmatched anybody. Now's going to be a real test.
Well, I agree.
Now's going to be a real test.
I still think Purdy has done enough to showcase that he can play in the NFL because the system. You put him on a different team, I don't think he's as good. I think he's good because he doesn't have to rely on the passing game as much. He has the passing game open on the running game, and when he's in trouble, he had guys like Elias Mitchell or Christian McCaffrey dumb the ball down to, or even Kyle Juszczyk dumb the ball down to. So he has these people that he doesn't have to rely on himself only. And I'm not saying Dak does, because Dak still has Tony Pollard and Zeke, but it's different because Dak relies on himself. You saw it you saw Monday night. You saw it against the Buccaneers. How he relied on himself to make plays happen. He made an unbelievable run, dove for the first down, looked like he could have tore his shoulder. Played with his hat out, made a beautiful pass after that Mel Gallup. And then I think the play of the game, I don't know if you agree with this, but the play of the game where I think changed momentum completely. They went by 2 scores, I think maybe 3 scores. They put him away. Dak ran out of the pocket. Everyone thought it was going to Pollard or running out of bounds. He off his back shoulder. Do a dive to Dalton Schultz. The only person to catch the ball was Dalton Schultz. The only person. When you look at a player and a person that can do that, I only think of 2 people. 3 people technically. I think of Joe Burrow, I think of Josh Allen, I sprayed the Patrick Mahomes. Dak Prescott made one of those plays.
You got me fired up with that conversation.
He made one of those plays.
Let me just point this out. 2021. Do you know who was in the top 3 of interceptions?
2021.
2021. Last year.
I don't know. Enlighten me.
Josh Allen. Do you know who's in the top 3 this year?
Dak Prescott.
Josh Allen.
Dak Prescott was too.
I know he was. But you want to know why you knew that? Because it's fucking Dak Prescott. How come you knew Dak Prescott was in top of interceptions but not Josh Allen? Because everybody has this.
I heard that. I knew Josh Allen.
Because the media likes to put out there that Dak Prescott's the problem. If Dak doesn't have a game.
But you know why though? You know why that player is always on Dallas?
America's team.
America's team. You'll have that.
I appreciate you admitting it. America's team.
You'll have that no matter what the case is. Dak Prescott could be won 8 Super Bowls, and if he has one bad year and puts up 2,000 yards and 25 interceptions, they'll think Dak is the worst QB ever.
Absolutely, I know that. But I'm just saying, the guy went from a broken thumb in week 1 after preparing a whole offseason, first healthy season, breaking his thumb, coming back, putting the Cowboys in #1 spot on offense again. Has one bad game against Commanders, everybody shuts down. Dak Prescott.
Yeah, that's not a joke.
Dak Prescott's
That's just
not
a
top
joke.
10 quarterback.
Whoever.
And guess what? He comes back with a 400-yard game, 5 total touchdowns, and a first playoff win for the Dallas Cowboys.
That irritates me more than anything because you know how hard it is to go into the NFL, throw a perfect game, throw a perfect week every single week. Like you're gonna make mistakes. Like now, if he did it again and again and again, there'd be an issue. But he didn't do it again. He went up to not only did he beat Tom Brady, he went to Tom Brady's house, which may have been his last game, and not just beat him, annihilated him. He put him in his place saying, Tom Brady, I own this Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. Now I'm taking you out. And he did it. Like the fucking secret assassin, when you hide behind a bush and you go, boom, 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 boom. That's what he fucking did. Took him out. Like this.
And you know what's fun? If the Cowboys win this week, we get to take down the New York Giants and Philadelphia Eagles on our way to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you got to rephrase that. We're going to go back and we're going to rephrase that. When the Cowboys beat the 49ers.
If the Cowboys beat the 49ers, I don't want to jinx it.
If the Cowboys beat the 49ers,
we get to take down the Giants.
Then you get the Giants or the Eagles. But I'm going to have the Giants. Want to know why?
I like the Giants this week.
Because I think they have more vengeance than the Eagles do. Eagles are riding into this game, think, we killed them when they were fully healthy. They're going to use that excuse. We were fully healthy. Oh, Jalen Hurts just came back the last week of the season. He was getting all his kinks out. He wasn't as good as he was. Oh, really? Then how come Jalen Hurts was so good during the season? he can't sit out 4 weeks and still perform at a top level. You're telling me that a top QB in the NFL, who should be the MVP right now, sit out 3 or 4 weeks and cannot perform at a top level, playing a defense that was depleted, without Adoree Jackson, without Dexter Lawrence, without Leonard Williams, with Kayvon playing half the snaps, with Aziz not playing. I didn't do 4 D linemen. They weren't playing the game. Who was gunning? Austin Johnson? Yeah, congratulations. We started Austin Johnson. Good fucking job.
I mean, make the same case for Dak Prescott.
What's your case?
2 secondary players are out. The defense goes down. His number 1 offensive lineman, Tyron Smith, out for the entire year.
No, what did Dak do? Dak in the playoffs. Dak all year. Dak won that game. Dak all year came back.
Broken thumb.
Jalen Hurts has never had a situation where people on the offense were not playing. Yeah, maybe Miles Sanders went down. But AJ Brown's healthy. Lance Miller's healthy. Yeah, Goddard went down, but you still had AJ Brown, you still had Miles Sanders. Like, you still have pieces. The Giants.
Cowboys Giants play.
Oh, God.
Hat trick for the Cowboys this year.
Oh, God.
Hat trick.
We're going to be in a battle all week. I don't know if we'll be making content or anything. We'll be fighting, I'll tell you that. But let's talk. We talked a lot about the Cowboys, a little bit about the matchup and how they dominated the Bucs. We talked about the Giants dominating the Vikings. And let's go back to the AFC. We didn't talk much about that. What are the Chargers? Man, the Chargers. Dude, I've never seen a game like that. I was so embarrassed for Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence came back and said, fuck you to all the haters. I'm going to come win this game.
You know what I didn't get? How you put up 27 points. 31 points, and your first fucking move is to fire your offensive coordinator. You put up 31 points. You blew a 27-0 lead. You fire offensive coordinator? Okay. Not your defense coordinator who let up the 30 straight points. Not the head coach who let you get there, but the offensive coordinator.
It's a pride job. Everyone wants to play with coach Justin Herbert now. I just don't get it.
They need to.
I don't think there's much to talk about at that point. Like, it's just like, as a fan, as an analytical, you look at that game and you just like, what? Like, I mean, probably Trevor Lawrence. I mean, way to come back. I mean, Saturday prime time, you don't mess with Trevor Lawrence, I guess, on Saturdays.
Undefeated. Saturday again. What you trying to say? You think he's gonna beat Mahomes? Yeah. You think Trevor Lawrence beats Mahomes?
I think Mahomes takes him down. But
my bold prediction: I think the Jaguars get to the AFC Championship game and play the Bengals, Jaguars.
That could be Trevor Lawrence. You never know. But it starts how Trevor Lawrence plays. So I don't think you can do what you did to the Chargers. You can do to the Chiefs. You can't. If you give Mahomes the opportunity to pull you away, he'll pull you away. You stay in the game, you're fine. But don't let Mahomes put you away, because he won't. Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the matchup. With unfortunate news that happened in the regular season, everyone was waiting for, that could have decided seeding and everything. I think this is my favorite matchup, besides the Giants Eagles. This may be my favorite matchup in the NFC. Bills Bengals. I think that everyone's been waiting for this moment. And they're finally to play. And just best team win. I mean, Bengals had the number for the first 10 minutes they played.
I mean, Bengals look good, but they did lose a lot of offensive linemen since then.
Yeah, that scares me a lot for Joe Burrow. I think that it puts a lot of pressure on Joe Burrow to have him get the ball sooner.
They did it last year. They got all the Super Bowl at the same situation last year. So
yeah, but I think it's different. I just think that it's different because when you play a team like the Bills, when you have a play like Josh Allen, you have that team in offense, it just gives a different vibe completely. And I'm always around the Bengals. Joe Burrow is my guy. Jamal Chase is your guy. Mm-hmm. I will never not ride the Bengals unless they play the fucking Giants. And then I hope Joe Burrow fucking has the worst game of his life. When I'm riding Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has some sort of dog in him. He just gets the job done.
I agree. I think Joe Burrow's gonna get done.
So, we covered a lot.
We did.
But before we go, what's your AFC Championship and every championship prediction?
Bengals, Jaguars.
And your NFC?
Cowboys. Eagles. Sorry.
There's a little bit. See, I was picking your boys, and you just did that to me. You just threw my shade right on that. I was picking the boys. I'm starting to pick the boys. I think they're a good team. I really do. I think Parsons is good. Dak played really good. I mean, Ceedy's my guy all year, so I can't really diminish the fact that I Ceedy's the Cowboys. But I think Cowboys, I think Giants get it done. Giants have vengeance. Giants are hunting. They're in the woods right now. They're waiting. And they're waiting to go to war. When they do, they're not going to gun war. They're going to fucking knife war. They're going to kill everyone. Going to fucking war. I'll tell you that right now. Blood. And my AFC is going to be Chiefs.
This is stupid analogy.
No, it's not.
Chiefs,
Going with blood.
Bengals.
Chiefs, Bengals.
Congrats. Mahomes will get there.
I'm sure get that. Kind of
We'll
Kevin
see.
Wentz. But with that, keep checking us out on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, all platforms, on Spotify as well. And with that, like always, Tiger Sports App.